Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I think I should probably say something about the prickly pear that is Nigel Farage, Clacton and tactical voting. There are multiple MRP polls that have come out this week, as well as a dedicated constituency poll for Clacton. They all have their potential sources of error. We have to be very careful. Nigel Farage is such a weird vector that it's difficult to get a good handle on exactly what the reality will be on polling day. However, we can say this. There is a consistent indication in the polls and the different types of polls that Nigel Farage is the most likely candidate to win the Clacton seat. There's a reason he chose to stand in Clacton. It is not because he likes the place. When Farage was asked about leading the party and standing in the election earlier this year, his response was, quote, "Richard Tice probably does want me to replace him, but do I want to be an MP? Do I want to spend every Friday for the next 5 years in Clacton?" So he obviously has no regard for the place or its people. Those voting for him are voting for someone who hates being around them. He will sneer at them. And another thing his statement exposed, every Friday. So he doesn't intend to be doing much constituency work then, only turning up for a quick photo shoot of a Friday. So he doesn't intend to hang around the place much, even if he wins. Basically, nobody gains from Farage winning other than Farage. His supporters don't win because he's not going to do anything for them. The rest don't win because, well, he'll be a stain on their already, how shall we put it, an underappreciated town. But we know why he's standing there. He's standing there because he has the best chance and everything's in his favour. It's a place that returned a UKIP MP back in the day. Labour is tricky for Labour. Labour are the obvious challenger there, the obvious progressive challenger. It's tricky for Labour because there are other constituencies around Clacton where Labour are in much closer running. So they're not going to get extra resources in Clacton to fight it. And even some activists in Clacton from Labour, I don't know that this is happening, by the way, but I can imagine some will spend some time in other constituencies trying to help out there as well. So, you know, the stars are aligning for Farage here. And some are thinking that maybe the Tory candidate will be the tactical vote. And you can sort of see the logic, but it is missing something important, because just as I've said that about Labour, the same is also true of the Conservatives. They have got harder fought constituencies to win around the area as well. So a lot of their local activists are likely, if they're doing anything at all, trying to help out next door as well. Because the logic here is that the Tory is the default choice and so easy to get support behind. But that is not correct. After 14 years of Tory government, who's going to vote tactically for a Conservative? Tactical voting is a hard enough sell for people who don't want to vote Lib Dem because of the coalition years, or don't want to vote Labour because the human rights lawyer who took on McDonald's and Thatcher in the court pro bono and won is somehow too Tory. Can you imagine trying to persuade these people who might just go, okay, I'll vote Labour in this case, or Lib Dem in some other seats? Can you imagine those people properly clamping down on their nose to vote for a Tory? No. So no, Farage is looking likely to win. It's horrible, but the tactical vote in Clacton is Labour. If anyone beats Farage, the available evidence suggests, and I have to be very careful about this because this election is so mad, and a place like Clacton is especially mad, that it's really hard to be certain of anything. But the available evidence suggests Labour. It's really just a case of the choice that Clacton makes. On July the 5th, it could be hailed as massive heroes. It will be the result to cheer the loudest if they deliver unto Farage his 8th straight Westminster defeat in a row and get themselves the most stylish MP representing them into the bargain. Or they can decide to be Britain's toilet the day after curry night. Even though the specific Tory candidate is not exactly the worst choice the Tories could put forward, they're just not going to get progressive voters willing to vote tactically to back the Conservatives after what they've done in 14 years. And I don't think there are enough moderate Conservatives left there. So the better bet is that those moderate Conservatives can be persuaded to vote Labour to stop Farage. Is that feasible? I don't know. We can only find out if people try. But on the balance of polling evidence, it's more credible than trying to get the Conservative candidate to beat Farage. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for further content and click the like button. You can also sign up for memberships if you'd like to support the channel further. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.